After years of criminal activity, Charles Lewis Jr. lives a life of limbo. He doesn't know when or if he will ever get out of prison.
In my perspective, he's a stone-cold killer.
In 2012, he was found guilty of felony murder. He and several others dragged 19-year-old Shayla Johnson out of bed, beat her, and shot her during an attempted drug robbery in 2010. Lewis is currently in Maxie, a juvenile detention center and training school.
When I think of Charles Lewis Jr., I think of a young man that had a history of misbehavior leading to criminality from a very young age.
While in kindergarten, Charles was disciplined 12 times for using abusive language, verbal assault, and disorderly conduct. He was absent more than 3 weeks of school and late another 15 days.
To say was he born bad, I wouldn't say that about anybody.
During second grade, he was suspended for 7 school days for disorderly conduct, abusive language, and physical assault. And by the end of the year, academically, he was struggling in all areas. In third grade, he was suspended for 9 days.
So if somebody's coming in and misbehaving in the third grade on, there's something wrong in the home.
In fourth grade, he was suspended for 62 days. Fifth grade, 35 days. Sixth grade, 62 days before being expelled for the year. The bad behavior eventually turned criminal. In 2006, he committed aggravated assault, damage to property and burglary, retail fraud, theft in 2007. In 2008, another assault and burglary, breaking and entering. In 2009, larceny, burglary, breaking and entering. And in 2010, aggravated assault, and later was convicted of murdering Shayla Johnson.
Charles recognizes that his upbringing was a crucial part in what has happened and the crimes that he has committed. However, he accepts full responsibility.
Lewis was raised in a home where crime was a part of life. His father has an extensive criminal history, including assault with dangerous weapons, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, firearms felonies, and robbery.
His father was out of his life for most of his life because he was in prison.
But one lesson Lewis could not avoid, tattooed boldly across his father's neck, the words "cop killer." His mother, Tricia Lindsay, has a history of her own, including child neglect. Twice, Lansing police found crack cocaine and marijuana in the home. Lewis was in second grade the first time it happened. Each time, he and his siblings were taken away and put in foster care.
He sees that there was some issues with neglect on his parents' part, but in no way is he shifting responsibility on his parents.
Lewis's mom was involved with his rehabilitation up until March of 2013 when she was incarcerated. His father's trial for allegedly pulling the trigger that killed Shayla Johnson is pending.
He comes from a background where a father was continually in prison, where his mother had spent various terms in jail. So, I mean, this is not a unique thing, Charles Lewis. I mean, he has been raising himself for a long time without the parents being present to do the things that parents should be doing.
While Lewis had a tremendously challenging upbringing and obviously made mistakes and broke the law, his judge believes people can change and is giving Lewis a chance.
I'm waiting to see what he's going to do and how he progresses. That was what the whole theory was, to see what happened. If it failed, then I always have the alternative to say, well, you know what, you were given the opportunity, you failed, and now I'm going to put you in prison for the rest of your life.
In Lansing, Brian Johnson, News 10.